So welcome to this week's pre-recorded Celebration Sunday, and I'm really chuffed to have my great friend Simone here. And Celebration Sunday is a little chance each week for us to celebrate something, to bring together mostly the women I work with, I'm friends with, and to really celebrate what they're celebrating in their life, and for me to celebrate them. And then the last little snippet of our Celebration Sundays is them receiving this celebration and enjoying that, hopefully. So welcome, Simone.
Thank you so much.
I'm really happy to have Simone here, and we were just having a laugh, weren't we? Because as I was going to introduce Simone, we were thinking, and this is always the case for Simone, when I had to write up your bio when you worked at the wellness space. And Simone represents so many things, and she does so many things. She has so many practices, and it just makes up this amazing whole. So Simone is a practitioner of many diverse therapies. I'm going to read the list. I'm going to say that these all make up her as healer. So this is this fantastic combination of so many different things. So healing work through massage and alignment, acupuncture, acupressure, expressive arts, embodied movement. She's a poet, a storyteller. She's an amazing cook and cooks for groups, and mother as well. I've actually made a little arrow to put mother up there at the front. So, so we're welcoming Simone. Is there anything I missed? Is there anything you'd like to say about who you are and what you do?
I always go, oh yes, and I do singing, songwriting as well. I'm a singer-songwriter. And most recently I've discovered that I'm actually a master kazoo player.
This is amazing.
Which I think is important to put it in there.
That's so good. I love that. I'm really pleased you're here. So I'm also really pleased Simone's here, because I've been a client of Simone's for a good long time, and she's been such a fantastic influence and help in me, in my work, but also in this work we're receiving here. And there's fantastic balance. I really attribute a lot of what I've taken of this work from Simone. She's been really influential in that, so thank you so much. So let's ask Simone, what are you celebrating at the moment in life?
So I've really been celebrating and rooting into my everyday, which, even as I say it, really brings up this like partly, oh, it's emotional. It's like, oh, I really am doing that, because I think I was really looking towards the big peaks, or the big bursts and openings, and or rests and flops and spirals of inward and outward journeys, and I'm really feeling at a place now where that's all still happening, but it's part of my everyday, and that's just such a really beautiful and embodied place to be. And I kind of so often look around me and go, oh, this is my life. and then something will come up and I'll be like, oh, I don't like this, and I don't want to do that, and we'll go into those little spirals. Most days something might come up for it, and then I'll be out of it and be in again. Oh wow, this is my life, this is what I'm doing, and this is what I've chosen, and this is where my path has led me and can continue to lead me. So it's really the everyday, and how everyday that is, from cooking to speaking to somebody, to you, to another person, what I receive when I hear what they're saying, how my mind can play with words or with a feeling, and how I really feel that in my body, and how even when I'm struggling with that, if I'm feeling tired or drawn out or ruined in some way, that I kind of go, oh, no, this is something that happens, and that's okay, and I can sit with that if I have time, or I need to get through this right now so that I can sit later with it, and knowing that that time will come, or that the next real opening or blessing will come in, and it'll just shift me, and really sitting in that on a daily basis. Yeah, so I'm really celebrating that right now.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Could you give us, because I heard you earlier speak about a few other things, could you like give me a list of some of the everyday things that are really resonating for you right now as the things you're celebrating?
Okay, so I'm trying to go, I'm going, oh, what did I say to you earlier?
I think the one that's really sticking in my mind is raindrops.
Okay, yes. So I just had the absolute pleasure of helping to run a retreat with Jenny Wild, and I was cooking for that retreat, but I was also doing a lot of other things in the background. And I was walking in and out of the Glen. We were at a place called St Nectan's Glen down in Cornwall, which is a stunning place. And as I was coming into the Glen, I just had, they're my thoughts, but they were resonant with the space and the area, kind of going, stop hero worshipping. Stop going to this place of, I must make it to that amazing, beautiful, stunning thing, place, being, image, and start really appreciating the puddles and the raindrops and the mud and the shit that goes into things that makes them grow again. And it was something that I reflected back to the group, and it really sat so deeply with actually what I've been working with and where I'm at, kind of going, you know, I loved going on the retreat and it was such a beautiful experience, but actually what I was reflecting back to them and what reflects back into me is that it's a remembering. That's just a remembering. It's this big thing that goes, remember that yes, there are these epic places, people, views, but that they're only something because of everything else, because of all the tiny small bits and the bits that maybe we think are the dirty bits and the horrible bits, and that maybe those are the things that we need to be celebrating even more, because they're the things that bring it, all of those other things together. And so no matter where we are, that we can really to find that celebration. And that's what brought me back to the celebrating of the everyday, and that everyday is that, you know, well, hopefully if you've got a really good bowel nuisance, you're doing a poo every day. Get that out. But like that we've got the things going out and the things coming in all the time, and that we have emotions around those and taboos maybe around them, and also hero worship around them, but actually they're all of the same energy, they're all of the same thing, and that can really bring me back to myself of going, oh yeah, like I might have all my traumas and my injuries and my stupid shit that I haven't got rid of, that still I might be rubbing into my skin, so I'm going to take that and I'm going to keep it here. But that's all just moving me more towards this place of being with everything else, and allowing for that, and dropping judgment and criticism around that as well. Yeah,
gorgeous. And I'm sure that will be really inspirational for many of you as well, to really think about those little things, those everyday things. So I get to do my favourite bit now. Well, although having heard that, I feel like that might be my favourite bit. Usually my favourite bit is then really celebrating you, and me being able to give to you what I see and what I celebrate in you. And hopefully there'll be some bits in that Simone might enjoy receiving potentially. So I celebrate Simone. We need to make sure that your face is seen. That's good. Okay. We're going to do this, properly do this, because we're actually here together. It's so lovely.
so nice.
Okay. So I celebrate in you your truth, and how, are we going to cry? I can see our tears are welling. It's lovely that you live your truth completely, and I celebrate that so enormously. There are so many things about you that are so inspirational to me, And when I first met you, it's the same as now, in that everything you do, the way that you live, and it's interesting you talk about the little bits, because I've always seen you do the little bits. All of the little bits are very completely authentic. I see you do them completely authentically. They feel really, really true. And you go through all of the layers and all of the depths and you do them in truth. And I find that so inspiring. I used to find it completely exhausting. And now I just go, wow, this is so inspiring. So I celebrate your truth, your authenticity in how you live your life through all of the layers of everything. I celebrate your creativity. And I think the main thing with that I celebrate is what I see as, and I'm sure it doesn't feel like this to you, but I see as a lack of fear in being your authentic, creative self and really taking that out into the world. And I just find that so enormously inspiring. It's just so inspiring to me, and I feel it's given me permission to step out and do things in small ways and big ways. So for example, some people might see it as a big way, like taking my work out into the world. It gives me that permission to do that, because through seeing you do your things and take them out into the world, do a poetry reading in a pub, sing a song that you've created to a whole bunch of people, it made me walk through my fear of judgment and go, well, Simone can do this, and I see her doing this authentically, so I'm going to give that a go. And what was the smaller bits with that as well? I can't remember the smaller bits now, but you give me permission to go out there and do things. So I celebrate how I see fearlessness. I celebrate your creativity. And I celebrate our friendship. I'm really grateful for it. So I celebrate you.
Thank you.
Well, you're so welcome. That's so lovely. How does the receiving feel?
Great, isn't it? So nice, so nice. And to hear it, and it's so what I get from it, and I get this so much when we do speak our truth to each other, that I just go like, but you do that to me. But those are things that you do back to me.
So I wonder if this is like a feeding thing. We can offer that to each other.
Yeah.
There was, I suppose, one thing that I didn't mention, because it maybe didn't necessarily feel like a celebration, but I've told you about it a lot before, but Simone really offers me, I don't think you do it anymore to me, but there was a lot of triggers when we first met. And because you were standing in your truth, and because you're being really authentically you, and a lot of those things triggered me because I felt like I wasn't doing it myself. But I think what I'd like to offer out to everybody watching is that for me, certainly, a lot of the women that have triggered me in the past are those that I reached out to and sought some sort of relationship with. And it has brought such enormous growth for me, and then created this amazing relationship as well. Yeah. So I really celebrate your triggers. What you offer to me is
And I think that's what happens. So I think as we deepen, I do that. If someone triggers me, I'm like, oh, what's going on here? And I've had some horrible experiences from that. But what I found is that within the people who are really opening to themselves and their heart space, I never get that. It's always an opening space. And I'd say, yeah, always speak your truth, go into it if it's a trigger, and if you feel shitty about that, the experience of interacting in it, maybe step back, but try it anyway. Like, the fearlessness is, I've had a lot of people through my life saying you're fearless, and I'm not. I'm definitely not, and I'm really, really not when I'm off balance, when I'm, you know, when I've been spiraling, when I've been in things and going, why does everyone expect me just to do these things? And then realize that it's not really anyone expecting me. I expect myself to step in and step through my fear and do it because it's really what I really want to do. That's why I'm scared or why I'm triggered. It's because I'm like, I really want that. That's,
yeah.
And yeah, I wrote a song about jealousy in the similar vein. that there's envy inside me, but it's just showing me what I really want. It's showing my heart's going, I really want that. And just realizing that it's not that person's thing I want. It's that I want that feeling. I want that sensation.
That's subjective for you. And what I really hear in you saying that is, which I'd like to sort of bring out to anyone watching, is that if there's anything that you want to do, you don't have to be fearless all the time. You just have to find a moment of, okay, maybe I could do it now. And maybe that's what you do. Yeah. But it actually looks to the outside world like she's completely fearless, like she's doing all her things. But also when you do a bit, you can then do more, can't you? It doesn't become scary.
My overall name, which I always forget, I have got an overall therapy or healing or person name, and it's Now Center.
Yes.
I forget that. Exactly. Right now I can do that. Yesterday I couldn't, 2 minutes before, 1 second before I couldn't do it, but right now I'm going to do it and not have the fear. And then afterwards I might fall into a little puddle and be like, oh God, which actually I have done. I've gone into that puddle, but then gone to a friend and gone, oh my God, I just did the fucking most terrible thing in my mind, and I'm crying and I'm laughing about it, but
you did it.
Yeah, but it's done, and it's fine, and it wasn't ever a problem for the other people. It was just all going on inside me.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you
for sharing our Celebration Sunday, and I know that a lot of you will have got a lot from that. So this is Simone. I'll pop her details below the video, but I think, inspiring. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.